A golden opportunity lost. Imagine this. You wake up to the aroma of breakfast wafting through your kitchen. The sizzle of eggs in a pan, the golden yolks glistening under soft morning light. It's a scene that evokes comfort, nostalgia, and vitality. For many seniors, eggs are more than just food. They're a symbol of strength, nourishment, and independence. Yet, hidden within these humble little orbs lies a potential threat, one that doesn't stem from the egg itself, but rather how we prepare it. Overcooking eggs might seem like an innocuous mistake, something easily dismissed as trivial. But let me paint a picture for you. Imagine taking a perfectly healthy ingredient, packed with nutrients essential for aging bodies, and unknowingly turning it into a ticking time bomb for inflammation, oxidative stress, and cardiovascular damage. That's exactly what happens when you overcook eggs. And if you're over 60, this seemingly small misstep can have outsized consequences on your health, mobility, and quality of life. In this section, we'll delve deep into why overcooking eggs is one of the biggest mistakes seniors make, explore its far-reaching effects on your body, and provide actionable solutions so you can enjoy eggs without compromising your well-being. By the end of this chapter, you'll not only understand the science behind proper egg preparation, but also feel empowered to transform your meals into powerful tools for longevity and vitality. The allure of the perfect egg, why we love them, and why they matter. Eggs are often hailed as nature's multivitamin, a claim backed by centuries of culinary tradition and modern nutritional research. From fluffy omelets to creamy custards, eggs have graced tables across cultures, earning their place as a staple in diets worldwide. In America alone, the average person consumes about 293 eggs per year, according to USDA data. For seniors, eggs are particularly prized because they offer a complete protein source, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids required for muscle repair, immune function, and overall vitality. But here's the catch. While eggs hold incredible promise, their benefits hinge entirely on how you handle them. Cooking techniques play a pivotal role in determining whether those nutrients reach your plate intact or whether they degrade into compounds that harm rather than heal. To fully appreciate the stakes, let's take a closer look at what makes eggs so special and how overcooking strips away their magic. The nutritional treasure trove inside every egg. Crack open an egg, and you're greeted by 2 distinct components, the yolk and the white. Each serves a unique purpose, contributing to the egg's reputation as a superfood. Let's start with the whites. These translucent wonders are composed primarily of water and high-quality protein. They're low in calories yet packed with leucine, an amino acid crucial for preserving lean muscle mass, a critical concern for seniors aiming to stay active and independent. Now, turn your attention to the yolk, the crown jewel of the egg. Rich in color and flavor, the yolk houses an astonishing array of vitamins and minerals. It's a natural reservoir of vitamin D, which supports bone density and immune health, a lifeline for seniors prone to osteoporosis and seasonal illnesses. Choline, another standout nutrient, plays a vital role in cognitive function, helping ward off memory decline and promoting mental clarity. Then there are antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which protect your eyes from age-related macular degeneration, a condition affecting nearly 11 million Americans aged 60 and older. When cooked properly, these nutrients work together harmoniously, fueling your body with everything it needs to thrive. However, overcooking disrupts this delicate balance, robbing eggs of their nutritional potency and introducing harmful byproducts. To truly grasp the magnitude of this issue, let's examine what happens during the cooking process. The science of overcooking, when good turns bad. Cooking is both an art and a science, and nowhere is this truer than in the world of eggs. Heat transforms raw eggs into delicious dishes, but too much heat, or prolonged exposure to it, can wreak havoc on their molecular structure. Think of it like baking bread. If you leave it in the oven too long, the crust burns, the texture turns tough, and the aroma shifts from inviting to acrid. Similarly, overcooked eggs undergo chemical changes that compromise their nutritional value and even introduce toxins. One of the most significant casualties of overcooking is vitamin degradation. Delicate nutrients like vitamin A, vitamin D, and several B vitamins begin breaking down when exposed to excessive heat. Vitamin D, for instance, is notoriously sensitive to temperature fluctuations. Once destroyed, it cannot be replenished, leaving your bones and immune system vulnerable. Meanwhile, B vitamins such as riboflavin and folate, which support energy production and red blood cell formation, also suffer losses, potentially leading to fatigue and weakness. Perhaps the most alarming consequence of overcooking is the oxidation of cholesterol found in egg yolks. While dietary cholesterol has been unfairly demonized in the past, recent studies confirm that moderate consumption of whole eggs does not significantly impact blood cholesterol levels for most people. However, oxidized cholesterol tells a different story. When egg yolks are subjected to high heat for extended periods, the cholesterol molecules undergo oxidation, forming compounds that contribute to arterial plaque buildup and systemic inflammation. For seniors, whose cardiovascular systems are already more susceptible to wear and tear, this poses a grave risk. Oxidized cholesterol infiltrates blood vessel walls, triggering inflammatory responses that stiffen arteries and restrict blood flow. Over time, this cascade of events increases the likelihood of heart disease, stroke, and poor circulation, all conditions that threaten mobility and independence. Suddenly, that rubbery scrambled egg or greenish-gray hard-boiled yolk doesn't seem quite so harmless anymore, does it? Real-life stories. Lessons from the kitchen. To drive home the importance of avoiding overcooked eggs, consider the story of Margaret, a vibrant 68-year-old retiree from Ohio. Margaret prided herself on her meticulous cooking habits, believing she was doing everything right to maintain her health. She always made sure her eggs were thoroughly cooked, reasoning that firmer textures meant safer eating. What she didn't realize was that her well-intentioned approach was quietly undermining her efforts. Over the years, Margaret noticed subtle changes in her body. Her once steady legs began feeling heavier, her energy levels dipped despite adequate rest, and routine tasks like climbing stairs became increasingly challenging. Concerned, she visited her doctor, who diagnosed her with early-stage peripheral artery disease, PAD, a condition characterized by narrowed blood vessels and reduced blood flow to the limbs. While genetics played a role, her physician emphasized the importance of diet in managing PAD symptoms. Margaret decided to revamp her eating habits, starting with her beloved eggs. With guidance from a nutritionist, she learned to cook them gently, using methods like poaching and soft boiling. Within months, she experienced noticeable improvements in her stamina and leg strength. I had no idea something as simple as changing how I cooked my eggs could make such a difference, she reflected. It's amazing what a little knowledge can do. Margaret's journey underscores a universal truth. Small adjustments in our daily routines can yield profound results. By embracing gentler cooking techniques, seniors like Margaret can unlock the full potential of eggs while safeguarding their health. How to cook eggs right. Gentle techniques for maximum nutrition. Now that we've explored the dangers of overcooking, let's shift gears and focus on solutions. Fortunately, preparing eggs in a way that preserves their nutritional integrity doesn't require fancy equipment or advanced culinary skills. All it takes is a bit of mindfulness and a willingness to experiment with gentler cooking methods. Here are some tried and true techniques to help you get started. Soft boiling. Soft-boiled eggs strike the perfect balance between convenience and nutrition. Simply bring a pot of water to a boil, carefully lower your eggs into the pot, and set a timer for 6 to 7 minutes. Once done, transfer the eggs to an ice bath to halt the cooking process. The result? Firm whites and velvety yolks bursting with flavor and nutrients. Poaching. Poached eggs are a restaurant favorite for good reason. Their silky texture and clean taste elevate any dish, from avocado toast to grain bowls. To poach eggs at home, crack each one into a small bowl before sliding it into simmering water seasoned with vinegar. Gently swirl the water to create a vortex, ensuring the whites wrap neatly around the yolk. After 3 to 4 minutes, remove the eggs with a slotted spoon and pat them dry with a paper towel. Lightly scrambled. Forget those dry, crumbly scrambles of yore. Instead, aim for tender curds infused with creamy richness. Whisk your eggs lightly, adding a splash of milk or cream for extra silkiness. Cook them over low heat, stirring constantly with a spatula until they reach your desired consistency. Resist the urge to overcook. Remove them from the pan while still slightly runny, as residual heat will finish the job. Baked eggs. Also known as shirred eggs, this method involves cracking eggs into ramekins or muffin tins and baking them until set. The gentle, even heat of the oven ensures perfectly cooked eggs every time. Top them with fresh herbs, grated cheese, or sautéed vegetables for added flavor and visual appeal. Each of these techniques prioritizes gentle heat and precise timing, minimizing nutrient loss and preventing the formation of harmful compounds. Best of all, they're versatile enough to suit any palate or occasion, making it easy to incorporate healthier eggs into your diet. Conclusion: a small change with big rewards. At first glance, overcooking eggs may seem like a minor oversight, an inconsequential detail in the grand scheme of things. But as we've seen, this seemingly harmless habit carries significant implications for senior health. By adopting gentler cooking methods, you can preserve the nutritional bounty of eggs while shielding yourself from potential risks. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Start small, perhaps by swapping one overcooked meal for a softly prepared alternative. Pay attention to how your body responds, and celebrate each step forward. Because ultimately, it's not just about eating eggs. It's about nurturing yourself with care, intention, and love. Stay tuned for the next section, where we'll tackle another common mistake: frying eggs in unhealthy oils. Until then, keep experimenting, stay curious, and savor the joy of discovering new ways to nourish your body and soul. Skipping the yolk: the cost of cutting corners. Introduction: a misguided sacrifice. Imagine standing in your kitchen, cracking open an egg with practiced ease. As the golden yolk spills onto the pan, you pause. Do you keep it or discard it? For decades, conventional wisdom whispered, and sometimes shouted, that egg yolks were the enemy, a cholesterol-laden villain lurking within nature's perfect package. Seniors, especially, were urged to tread cautiously around this seemingly perilous ingredient. But what if I told you that tossing out the yolk wasn't just unnecessary, it was downright detrimental? Skipping the yolk may have been well-intentioned advice born from outdated science, but its consequences ripple far beyond cholesterol levels. By removing the yolk, you're not merely cutting calories, you're forfeiting a treasure trove of nutrients essential for aging bodies. In this section, we'll explore why the yolk is anything but expendable, uncover the vital roles it plays in senior health, and arm you with compelling reasons to embrace whole eggs once again. The myth of the dangerous yolk, separating fact from fiction. Let's rewind to the 1970s, when the war on dietary cholesterol reached fever pitch. Eggs, and their yolks in particular, were vilified as culprits behind heart disease, clogged arteries, and premature death. Entire industries sprang up promoting egg white omelets, protein powders, and other yolk-free alternatives. Fast forward to today, however, and the narrative has shifted dramatically. Modern research paints a very different picture, one where the yolk emerges as a hero rather than a hazard. First, let's address the elephant in the room: cholesterol. Yes, egg yolks contain cholesterol, but here's the kicker. For most people, dietary cholesterol has minimal impact on blood cholesterol levels. Our livers regulate cholesterol production, adjusting output based on intake. Studies show that eating whole eggs can actually improve lipid profiles by boosting HDL, good cholesterol, and modifying LDL particles into less harmful forms. Translation: that creamy yolk isn't sabotaging your heart, it's supporting it. Moreover, the yolk is a nutrient powerhouse unmatched by any other single food. It's brimming with vitamin D, a critical ally in combating osteoporosis and maintaining immune resilience. Choline, another standout nutrient, supports brain health, memory retention, and nervous system function, areas of concern for many seniors. Antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin shield your eyes from age-related macular degeneration, while omega-3 fatty acids nourish your joints and reduce inflammation. Even the fat content serves a purpose, aiding in the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K. So, why did the yolk fall out of favor? The answer lies partly in oversimplified messaging and partly in fear-driven marketing. Rather than celebrating eggs as a holistic source of nutrition, we dissected them into isolated components, demonizing one part without considering the whole. This fragmented approach ignored the symbiotic relationship between the yolk and white, a partnership designed by nature to deliver maximum benefit. Real-life impact: what happens when you skip the yolk? To illustrate the cost of skipping the yolk, consider the story of Harold, a 72-year-old retiree from Florida. Like countless others, Harold had adopted a low-cholesterol diet in his 50s, swapping whole eggs for egg whites and skim milk. Initially, he felt virtuous, convinced he was safeguarding his heart. Over time, though, subtle changes crept in. His energy waned, his joints stiffened, and his once sharp mind began to fog. Despite regular exercise and medication adherence, Harold struggled to maintain his independence. During a routine checkup, his doctor recommended a comprehensive nutritional assessment. The results revealed deficiencies in key nutrients like choline, vitamin D, and omega-3 fatty acids, all abundant in egg yolks. With guidance from a dietitian, Harold reintroduced whole eggs into his diet, starting with soft-boiled varieties to ensure gentle cooking. Within months, he noticed remarkable improvements. His cognitive clarity returned, his joint pain diminished, and his overall vitality soared. Harold's experience highlights a universal truth: our bodies crave balance. By excluding the yolk, we disrupt this equilibrium, depriving ourselves of nutrients that sustain muscle strength, mental acuity, and long-term wellness. For seniors navigating the complexities of aging, every nutrient counts, and the yolk delivers them in spades. How to embrace the yolk. Practical tips for maximum benefit. If you've spent years avoiding egg yolks, reintroducing them might feel daunting. Rest assured, it's easier than you think. Start small, incorporating one whole egg alongside your usual egg whites. Gradually increase the ratio until you're comfortable eating entire eggs. Here are some tips to help you make the transition seamlessly. Pair wisely. Combine eggs with fiber-rich foods like spinach, avocado, or whole grain toast to slow digestion and stabilize blood sugar. Cook gently. Use methods like poaching, soft boiling, or lightly scrambling to preserve nutrients and minimize oxidation. Mix it up. Experiment with recipes like shakshuka, frittatas, or deviled eggs to rediscover the joy of cooking with yolks. Listen to your body. Monitor how your body responds, adjusting portion sizes and frequency as needed. By embracing the yolk, you're not just reclaiming a lost ingredient, you're reclaiming your health. Eating too many processed egg products, convenience at a cost. Introduction: the perils of package promises. In today's fast-paced world, convenience often trumps quality. Processed egg products, liquid substitutes, frozen patties, and pre-cooked scrambles promise quick meals with minimal effort. But beneath their shiny packaging lies a hidden truth. These products trade nutrition for shelf stability, leaving seniors vulnerable to nutrient loss, inflammation, and chronic illness. In this section, we'll peel back the layers of processed eggs, exposing the additives, preservatives, and chemical stabilizers that compromise their value. The ingredients list: a closer look. Flip over a carton of liquid egg substitute or a box of frozen egg patties, and you'll likely find a laundry list of unfamiliar terms. Sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, artificial flavors, and colorings dominate the lineup, masquerading as harmless conveniences. While these additives extend shelf life and enhance appearance, they exact a toll on your body. Consider sodium, a ubiquitous offender in processed foods. Excessive sodium intake strains your kidneys, raises blood pressure, and impairs circulation, factors that undermine mobility and cardiovascular health. Artificial flavorings and colorings, meanwhile, burden your liver and kidneys, organs already taxed by age-related wear and tear. And let's not forget the removal of yolks, which strips away essential fats, vitamins, and antioxidants. For seniors striving to maintain strength, cognition, and independence, these losses add up. Processed eggs may save time, but they rob you of the nutrients that fuel vitality. Alternatives to processed eggs: back to basics. Thankfully, avoiding processed eggs doesn't mean sacrificing convenience. Simple swaps like hard-boiling a batch of eggs or scrambling fresh ones take minimal effort yet yield maximum rewards. Choose minimally processed options labeled 100% egg when purchasing pre-made products, and scrutinize ingredient lists carefully. Remember, fewer ingredients usually mean better quality. Neglecting portion control, balance is key. Introduction: more isn't always better. While eggs are undeniably nutritious, moderation remains paramount. Consuming excessive quantities can overwhelm your digestive system, spike cholesterol in susceptible individuals, and lead to unintended weight gain. In this final section, we'll discuss the importance of portion control and offer strategies to enjoy eggs responsibly. Finding your sweet spot, tailoring intake to your needs. The ideal egg consumption varies depending on age, activity level, and metabolic factors. For most seniors, 3 to 6 eggs per week strikes a harmonious balance, providing ample nutrients without overburdening the body. Pair eggs with vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains to create balanced meals that satisfy both hunger and health goals. Final thoughts: small changes, big rewards. Each of these mistakes, overcooking, frying in unhealthy oils, skipping the yolk, relying on processed substitutes, and neglecting portion control, represents a missed opportunity to harness the full potential of eggs. By addressing these pitfalls, you can transform a humble ingredient into a cornerstone of longevity and vitality. Stay tuned for more insights, and remember, every bite matters. Ignoring the importance of pairing eggs with complementary foods, the forgotten key to maximizing nutrition. Introduction: the power of synergy. Imagine savoring a perfectly cooked egg, its golden yolk glistening, its texture velvety smooth. Now imagine pairing it with foods that not only complement its flavor, but also amplify its nutritional benefits. Sounds simple, right? Yet, many seniors overlook this crucial step, focusing solely on the egg itself while neglecting the broader context of their meal. Pairing eggs with complementary foods isn't just about culinary creativity, it's about unlocking their full potential. When combined thoughtfully, eggs can work in harmony with other ingredients to enhance nutrient absorption, stabilize blood sugar, and support long-term health. On the flip side, pairing them poorly or eating them in isolation can undermine their benefits, leaving you vulnerable to energy crashes, nutrient deficiencies, and chronic inflammation. In this section, we'll explore why food pairings matter, uncover the science behind nutrient synergy, and provide actionable tips to elevate your egg-based meals. The science of nutrient synergy: why pairings matter. Food is more than the sum of its parts. Each ingredient brings unique nutrients to the table, and when paired strategically, they can enhance each other's bioavailability, the body's ability to absorb and utilize those nutrients. For example, vitamin C boosts iron absorption, healthy fats aid in the uptake of fat-soluble vitamins, and fiber slows digestion to prevent blood sugar spikes. Eggs, as a nutritional powerhouse, thrive in the company of complementary foods that maximize their benefits. Let's break it down further. Eggs are rich in fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which require dietary fat for optimal absorption. Without adequate fat, these vitamins pass through your system unused, depriving your body of their protective effects. Similarly, the protein in eggs provides essential amino acids, but pairing them with carbohydrates or fiber-rich foods ensures steady energy release, preventing the dreaded post-meal crash that can leave you feeling sluggish. For seniors, whose digestive systems may become less efficient with age, nutrient synergy becomes even more critical. Aging bodies often struggle to extract maximum value from food, making thoughtful pairings a vital tool for maintaining strength, cognitive function, and overall vitality. By understanding how different foods interact, you can transform a simple egg dish into a powerhouse meal that supports every aspect of your well-being. Common pitfalls: what happens when pairings go wrong? To illustrate the importance of pairing eggs correctly, let's examine some common mistakes and their consequences. Consider the classic American breakfast: fried eggs served alongside white toast, processed sausage, and sugary orange juice. While this combination might be comforting, it's far from ideal for senior health. The refined carbohydrates in white bread and sugary beverages cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, followed by sharp drops that leave you fatigued and irritable. Processed meats like sausage are laden with sodium, nitrates, and unhealthy fats, contributing to inflammation, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular strain. Even the absence of fiber, a cornerstone of digestive health, can lead to constipation, a common issue among seniors. Over time, these poor pairings create a cascade of negative effects, undermining the very nutrients you're trying to obtain from eggs. Another frequent oversight is eating eggs alone, without any accompaniment. While eggs are undeniably nutritious, consuming them in isolation can lead to imbalanced meals. Without fiber, healthy fats, or complex carbohydrates, your body lacks the tools needed to sustain energy levels, regulate blood sugar, and promote satiety. This not only affects your immediate well-being but also compromises your long-term health goals.